How does confidence and self-esteem affect our everyday lives? Honestly, through a variety of different ways. It can affect the way that we speak to others, it can affect the way that we look at ourselves, it can affect the way that we interact with others. Today I want to share my own experiences in building confidence and self-esteem because I came from a place where I didn't have a lot of that as I was growing up. So make sure you watch this video all the way to the end. This is building confidence and self-esteem. Let's get right into it. I want to take a moment to welcome all my new subscribers, especially Riddles McGriddles. I'm not sure why your name stuck out so much at me, but I'm not going to lie. When I saw your name pop up, it just it made me chuckle. So welcome, Riddles McGriddles. For everyone else that is new to this channel, make sure you hit those like and subscribe buttons so you can be notified of new content as it's released. I think it's like down around there somewhere. I don't know. You'll find it. We are very close to hitting 250 subscribers, and I want to let each and every one of you know that I cannot thank you enough for the amount of support, the outpour of suggestions, and the opportunity really to make a difference in someone else's life. If we make it to 500 subscribers, I will probably do something crazy and public, so let's make it to 500 subscribers. Okay, your confidence is based largely on your habits and routines. I'm going to give you a little bit of background and in some setting for why I had low confidence and low self-esteem when I was growing up. I did not grow up in a very traditional household. I had some crazy shit going on when I was a kid. And then so I sort of bounced from family to family, and I was in and out of institutions at a young age. And what this did was it set the bar for how I felt about myself, because I didn't have very high confidence. I didn't have a lot of stability in my life. So whenever anything crazy happened in my life, I thought that, well, I'm going to get up and move, because that's normally what happened. When we develop the habits and routines of inconsistency, then that's exactly what we have, inconsistency. When we do not have the ability to do repetitive actions, such as going to school on a regular basis, socializing with other people on a regular basis, and even doing the things that we enjoy on a regular basis, it's going to provide a lot of inconsistency in our lives. And that is going to have an implicit effect on our confidence. The things that we do over and over again, that repetitive action, the things that we do most often are our most casual behaviors. Those are the things that are largely going to dictate what kind of life that we live. If we get used to eating a large pizza every night and washing it down with a six-pack of beer, well, that's going to be the norm. That's going to be what we do all the time. And over a long period of time, that is going to affect our health. It's going to affect the way that we present ourselves. Because if you put garbage in your body and get used to putting garbage in your body, well, your body is in time going to show the effects of us putting garbage into our body. Now, the things that we do, they rely a lot on our ability to establish routines. What I mean by that is, take for example riding a bike, or take for example swimming. When we first tried to do these activities, we weren't very good at them, and we didn't have a lot of confidence in them because we didn't have these reference experiences from past experiences in order for us to say, hey, when I was in this situation, when I was riding a bike, I did this. Or when I was swimming in a pool, I paddled my feet this way so that I continued to stay buoyant above the water. Those habits and routines that led to us learning how to ride a bike better, learning how to swim better, well, in time, that gave us the confidence to be able to do those activities and not worry so much about falling down and getting hurt, or even the possibility of not being able to swim. When it came to confidence, when it came to self-esteem, I had very, very poor references. I had very, very poor past experiences. So when I joined the military, my chicken's going off. Is that on? Yeah, it's on. Okay. Our self-esteem has a lot to do with the way that we look at ourselves. How do you look at yourself? Do you look at yourself saying, look at this individual, this awesome individual? Or do you look at yourself and say, I can't believe that this is what's staring at me in the mirror. The way that we look at ourselves is going to have a very, very implicit effect on the way that we present ourselves towards others. This self-esteem is the way that we are. It is our being. Self-esteem is basically the ability of us to look in the mirror and say, you're good enough. In fact, you're freaking awesome. And a lot of other people around us know that as well. Ask yourself, what do you believe about yourself? Do you believe that you're a great communicator? Do you believe that you're good with puppies? What do you believe about yourself? Ask yourself, what is the context of those beliefs? You know, are they beliefs that other people brought into your own life, or are they beliefs that you developed on your own? Now, everybody in this world has their own thing going on. We got our own purpose. We have something that we want to get done. There's something that we want to go after. Maybe we want to be really good at something. A lot of other people have that same mentality, but they won't allow other people to pursue what it is that they want to do as well. So they have a tendency to put others down. They have a tendency to say, well, you're not as good as me. And put it in a negative way, not the type of context of constructive criticism, but people will just put you down simply to make themselves feel better. And when we allow other people to put us down, we have low self-esteem. We say, okay, your opinion is more important than mine. Trainwrecks, let me tell you something. When you look in the mirror, when we look in the mirror every day, that image that's looking back at us, the opinion of that person that is looking back at us in the mirror, that's the most opinion that matters in this world, not any other asshole out there. One of the things we should ask ourselves every day is, are we acting out of a neediness, or are we acting out of abundance? And what I mean by that is, when we converse with others, when we're around others, do we do it in a frame of, I need something from this other person? Or do we exist in a frame of, look at all this that I have to give to other people, in a welcoming way? When we have the ability to give to others freely without any expectation of something coming back, people realize that, hey, this is somebody who seems like they got something going on in life. People think to themselves, hey, what is it that I can learn from this other person? What is it that I can possibly be able to do better when I watch this other person or spend time around this other person? Trainwrecks, having any semblance of self-esteem comes from the belief that we are good enough. And when we believe that we are good enough, we'll act in a manner that leads others to believe the same thing. Acting from a frame that we are good enough, acting from a frame that we are pursuing something in life, that is a confident frame, that is a confident way to move forward. But when we're able to match self-esteem with confidence, remember, self-esteem is the way that we look at ourselves. Confidence is that repetitious behavior that enforces things. Taking care of ourselves, pursuing education, doing the things that we know are going to make ourselves better. When we match those two together, the effect that it has on our lives is absolutely astronomical. And I implore everybody out there to take this into consideration. The best way that I can explain this is, confidence has the ability to affect our self-esteem in that when we talk to a pretty girl, when we talk to our boss, when we chase after something that we haven't chased after before, when we are able to do that and do it over and over and over again, that is going to build our confidence, because we say, okay, now I have all these different reference experiences, all these memories of me trying to achieve my goal or trying to do something that either scares me or I know is difficult. When we have the ability to look back at what it was that we've been doing and have that clear path towards what it is that we want, that is going to instill in us a lot of confidence. Now, when we are confident, that will affect our self-esteem, because when we are able to look at ourselves and say, look at that guy, look at that train wreck, look at how awesome they are, despite anything that might have gone on in their life. Because we have been able to pursue these things, because I have all these other reference experiences. For me, education, martial arts, I have all these other things that I know I have worked hard for, and I have been able to feel the effects of the rewards that come from that. So that is the way that I've been able to build my own self-esteem, which in turn is going to affect the way that I present myself towards others. Now, Trainwrecks, I do want to talk about something that is important that we take into consideration. When we try to be nice towards other people, that kind of, it promotes kind of a nice syndrome. It also promotes something that can be very, very dangerous in our relationships with other people. And I often refer to these as phantom social contracts. A phantom social contract essentially is an understanding that you think you've established with another person without ever saying anything. An example of this could be, I show up and I bring you a glass of water. And I see that you enjoy it. It's good. So you should be nice to me now, right? In fact, maybe at some point, maybe you should bring me a glass of water. But in reality, that's not how this works at all, Trainwrecks. When somebody brings you a glass of water, it should come from a place of, hey, I have this glass of water and I see that you're thirsty and I don't want anything out of it. I just thought, hey, I've got all this water sitting around and hey, have a glass. When we do things from a place of abundance and not from neediness, that lets other people know that we're not trying to get something out of them. That lets other people know that we don't need something. Rather, we want to share what it is that we have. And that, honestly, is what most people are looking for when we're trying to develop relationships. Understand something, Trainwrecks. We have the ability to control our confidence and our self-esteem. What a lot of us, when we're feeling down, what we have a tendency to do is we feel that our confidence and self-esteem controls us, not the other way around. And it is very important for us to look into ways that we're able to actually affect these things every day. So here's my question to you. What are some of the ways that you have found to boost your confidence and self-esteem? Leave them in the comments below. Hit those like and subscribe buttons if you haven't already. My goal is to build confidence in others, to live intentionally and pursue your purpose. Remember, Trainwrecks, we have control over our confidence and self-esteem, not the other way around. The only way out is through.
Let go of everything.